Mayor Maddox now.
I'll give everyone time.
I like it. Mayor Maddox as a courtesy. Guys, we're about to hear from Mayor Walt Maddox.
We're about to hear from Mayor Walt Maddox here in just
with some more details about what's happened this morning.
We are awaiting word from Tuscaloosa Mayor Walt Maddox there that you see on your screen as he is about to make comments and as Sherry mentioned, maybe answer some questions.
Good morning. We want to thank all of you for coming out today and certainly working with a multi-group of law enforcement agencies that made this morning a success. At 10:40, a joint team of Tuscaloosa Police Department, Sheriff's Office, UAPD were able to breach inside the bank and be able to successfully resolve the situation. In 12 years of working as mayor, there's not a day that goes by that I am not impressed by the men and women that serve in our law enforcement agencies across this county. Today was genuinely a joint effort that enabled us to have a successful resolution to this hostage situation. This could have been a very dangerous situation. It certainly had a lot of variables. But the men and women involved today made sure that the families who I talked with earlier, that their loved ones came home safe. You know, last night certainly was a disappointing night for many across Tuscaloosa. But this morning you get to see what's truly important in the lives, and that's the people that we love, the people who call Tuscaloosa home, and they know they have the type of security and professionalism that ensures when things like this happen, they're going to get the best of the city of Tuscaloosa, the Sheriff's Department, UAPD, and our federal law enforcement partners. It's my honor to turn this press conference over to the gentleman who led the operations on behalf of this joint team. Certainly in the last 8 years of working with Steve Anderson, if there's a better police chief in the nation, I certainly want to meet him. I had an opportunity to observe the operations and the final moments of it, and his command, his leadership, was something to behold and made me proud to work with him every day. So, Chief, it's an honor to turn it over to you and to let you describe as much as possible the events and introduce our partners who ultimately made today's outcome extremely positive. Chief.
Thank you, Mayor. This morning we responded to a bank robbery in progress at the location just up the block here east of us, and
we're listening to Chief Steve Anderson.
With the Tuscaloosa County Sheriff's Department and the FBI field office out of Birmingham and Tuscaloosa. We were able to go into the bank after determining that the individual was in a certain part of the bank and take him down without any injuries to the suspect or the hostages that were being held inside. That we're here today couldn't have done it without our federal partners and without our state and local partners. I mean, it's just a great day when we can resolve a situation like this that had the potential to be deadly without any loss of life. So really proud of the men and women of the Tuscaloosa Police Department, Tuscaloosa County Sheriff's Department, the University of Alabama Police Department, and the FBI, both the Birmingham office and Tuscaloosa office.
Chief, what made you make the decision to go inside and breach the building?
Based on what we were able, the information we were getting outside, we knew where the individual was, and we knew he was not with the hostages at that time. And so based on that information, we made the decision that it was best to go ahead and end it right then. And so we did. And thankfully, we were able to end it without anyone getting hurt.
Chief, was the suspect located inside the administrative offices beside the credit union?
He was actually in the credit union itself.
Was the motivation robbery in the first place?
Yeah, bank robbery, yes. That's what his motivation was.
What's his connection to the bank, or do you know?
We do not know that at this time.
How did it go from a robbery to a hostage situation?
When the call came out, the University of Alabama Police Department responded really quickly, and it prevented him from being able to exit the bank, and that's what prompted him to go ahead and stay inside the bank and hold hostages.
What kind of weapon did he have?
I'm not going to disclose that information at this time.
The business wasn't open at the time, was it? How did he get in before the business was even open?
We believe that he might have been waiting on the bank to open up and went in at that time. As far as the conversation, we had sporadic conversations with him. The negotiators were talking to him from time to time, but we were really not moving anywhere with negotiations at the time we made the decision to go ahead and breach the building and take him down.
So you were fearful he could hurt the people inside or himself?
Yes, that was definitely a fear that we had, that he could potentially do some harm to the individuals that were inside the bank.
How rare is it for a bank robbery to turn into a hostage situation like this? Was it just the makeup of this guy, or this did not turn out to be the easy robbery that he thought it was going to be?
The reason it turned out the way that it did to become a hostage situation is because of the great work that the University of Alabama Police Department did in their response to the initial call. And because they responded so quickly, he didn't have an opportunity to exit the bank once he went in. I'm going to turn it over now. We've got the sheriff here, Sheriff Ron Abernathy. We've got Assistant Chief Aaron Fowler from the University of Alabama Police Department. And we've also got Roger Stanton from the FBI field office in Birmingham, in case you have any questions or comments they'd like to make.